Putting my foot down.
Well, you can put your foot anywhere you like. But don't get between me and the door. Bianca, can you hand me my bag?
Bianca, don't do it.
Bianca, will you please explain to Jackson that I need to be at Fusion?
Will you please explain to your mother she's already had a setback with her recovery, leaving against doctor's orders?
Sorry. You're on your own.
You're a coward.
You have to just promise me you'll take it easy.
I will.
She promised.
You're still a coward.
Really, Jack? Come on, get out of my way.
The only place you're going is right back to that bed.
Jack, if you think that you're going to bully me around like this, I don't think I like the idea of this engagement at all.
Sorry about that. Didn't see you were so focused.
I'm just working on the Fusion numbers again. I have to figure out a way to head off the SEC, make this investigation go away.
It's crazy, huh? After being so brilliant and setting up Erica for cooking the books, we may be the ones cooked after all.
There has to be a solution.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Especially one that doesn't involve incriminating either one of us.
I'll come up with something.
Well, I've got the morning free, so why don't we brainstorm together?
No. Your plans are too dangerous. Just let me focus on the SEC, okay? You just concentrate on making sure no one knows that you were involved in Erica's plane crash.
I've got it covered. I'm going to contact the mechanic I paid off, make sure he stays out of town for a while. Oh, damn, I left my phone upstairs.
What do you want?
An answer. Time is running out. The longer Fusion's shut down, the closer we are to shutting its doors for good. The SEC needs to make an arrest. Are you going to turn in David? Or not?
Me? And you haven't figured out that I don't respond to heavy pressure tactics.
You have got to make a decision.
When I agreed to work with you and Erica, I didn't agree to roll over and bark every time the Kane women snap their fingers or show up unannounced to harass me. So go back to your mother and tell her I'm figuring out another way out of this mess.
I get that this is a little tough for you.
David is my husband.
It's not like we're asking you to expose him for sabotaging my mother's plane. Although, if you were listening to your conscience, you would have done that already.
If this is your way of getting me on board, it's not working.
The only way to save Fusion is for someone to take the fall for the embezzlement. You can deny it all you want, but David is the only logical choice. Does he mean so much to you that you'd sacrifice your own company for him?
The SEC has Fusion under a microscope. Our company is in crisis mode. I have to be there. There's no way I can watch from a hospital bed.
You told Greenlee the best way to get rid of the SEC was to turn David in for embezzlement. Now, if she were to do that, the crisis would be over, and you could convalesce.
But Greenlee will never do that. She'll never turn David in.
We can dream, can't we?
And dreams are so nice. But in the meantime, I have a lot of work to do, so please, Jack, come on, just let me go do
Erica,
the work.
seriously. You're letting this feud with Greenlee get in the way of your recovery.
And you wouldn't let that happen?
No, sweetheart, I wouldn't.
Jack, I did a lot of thinking while I was up on that mountain. A lot of thinking about how I've lived my life and how I want to live my life going forward. And one thing that's never changed and never will is I will never let a man control me. So what's it going to be? Oh, not on your life. You don't really expect me to get in that thing, do you, Jack?
The art of compromise.
Okay, listen to me. If it makes you feel any better, I spoke to Frankie about this, and he's agreed to okay my field trip. When I come back, he's going to examine me. And if he says that I have to stay in the hospital to give my body more time to beat the infection, I will. Promise.
You promise.
I promise.
You promise.
Okay, so now, will you excuse me?
one more thing.
What?
I am going to stick to you like glue all day, and I don't want to hear how it's controlling or boorish or macho.
It's perfect.
That I'll hear.
You're asking me to choose between David and Fusion. That's not going to happen.
So you're okay with losing your company?
I'll keep my company and my husband.
David put you in this position.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about. While your mother has done everything she could to take Fusion away from me, David has done nothing but support me. I trust him completely.
Do you? Do you really? Planes falling out of the sky, people getting drugged unconscious for standing up to you? This is where you place your trust. You and Kendall have put every bit of who you are into Fusion since day one. I just can't believe you're going to give up a company that is such a huge part of who you are.
I will fight to keep Fusion alive. And I'll do that without sacrificing the man who kept me alive.
He's not worth it.
This conversation isn't worth it.
That was interesting.
You heard.
Erica and Bianca want you to flip me. Turn me over to the SEC. Why didn't you tell me?
What difference does it make? It's not happening.
Was there ever a chance of it happening?
It's not an option. Can we move on?
Oh, my God. You were actually considering it. Greenlee, I thought we were together, united no matter what.
I just found out that you slipped something into Bianca's drink that left her unconscious. I was upset, and with good reason. So, I didn't instantly say no to turning you in, but today I did. You know, I don't have time to waste discussing this. I've got to figure out a way to save my company.
You're late, Chief.
Yeah.
So quiet. Up on that mountain, there's no buzz, just very different.
It'd be my guess that the fast pace was one of the things you missed the most. I've got sales contracts here.
Oh, yeah, they're down there. Just wish Greenlee would turn David in. Come to her senses.
I came to my senses a long time ago. That's why turning David in, not going to happen. I assume it was your idea to sick Bianca on me this morning?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm going to guess that Bianca still thinks you have a conscience, that she's going to think you might do the right thing.
I am doing the right thing. I'm not turning David in. We need to come up with another plan to save Fusion.
Even if he's guilty of sin.
I think there's a way we can convince the SEC that there was some clerical error.
We tried that. It didn't work.
Well, then we try again. And we keep trying until Fusion is open for business.
Greenlee, the SEC is not going to settle for anything less than an indictment.
Well, we convince them that no crime has been committed.
Look, they're not going to be happy until they're leading somebody out in handcuffs. And may I just tell you, with no fear of contradiction, it is not going to be Erica.
Well, maybe Erica shouldn't have...
Shouldn't have what? Stolen that money? Really? Are you really going to play this that way? We all know that you and David did this.
So is that the next move? You serve me up to the SEC?
Nobody is
You've always
suggesting...
taken Erica's side on everything else. I'm surprised you're not jumping on this. It would keep your fiancé out of prison, your daughter out of your sight, and then Erica would get Fusion.
Greenlee, I know that you are not really the guilty party here.
Really? That's what you just said.
That Hayward is responsible for all of this.
I'm not going to let you pin this on David.
It's all right, Greenlee. I've taken care of everything.
What do you mean by that?
I just got off the phone with Agent Bennett. I told him I was ready to cooperate.
What do you mean? What have you done?
I told him I was the one responsible for moving the money from the Miranda Center account. That I set up Erica, framed her for it. In short, I confessed.